greatest challenge so far this FBM year has been responding in a personal way to a lot of the injustice and a sense of like desolation and true poverty spiritually and physically that you see, and responding in a way that I feel is beneficial to whoever's telling me the story or to whoever situation I get a glimpse of, and to respond in a way that I feel gives this other person a sense of fulfillment in the sense that they're sharing it with me, or just any way of really responding in a emotionally attached way, because in a sense I don't have that experience of poverty that they do, but to be able to respond in a way that I show sympathy or even better empathy, that's been my greatest challenge so far. My greatest joy has been the happiness that spreads between the guests and the volunteers that come in on a daily basis. Not just receiving, but also the guests that come and share the volunteers that come and share their time, because it's amazing how much they can invest in even just an hour and a half period of time, and how much they can grow, and especially some of the college groups that spend longer periods, like a week. The amount that I can see them change in just that period of time gives me a little bit of a mirror for a small period of time to see how I've been changing, and that's been a real great joy to be able to share that with other people. While working at the St. Franciscan, I've taken it upon myself towards the end of December and the beginning of the new year to start cooking. And it was a challenge at first, but now it's one of my favorite things to do, because you get to work closely with people in the kitchen. You get to see how much people enjoy, or maybe sometimes don't enjoy, the food you make, and it's just very down to earth. It's the essence of the soup kitchen itself, and it really pushes you to have that whole workday cutting up vegetables, putting everything together, and it just really, at the end of those days, you rest the best, and so those are the most fulfilling days for me. A guy named Bernie, he used to come in almost daily to help out in the kitchen. He's the one who really inspired me to start cooking, because he showed me a lot of tips and tricks and a lot of ways to cut down on the effort and really improve your results. And that really inspired me, because he was unemployed, he was looking for jobs the whole time he was there, but he was always very positive, very enthusiastic, loved to be in the kitchen. And I really grew into that, because he's not a member of the team. He would just come every day and help out just out of his own goodwill. And it was his spirit, even through his unemployment, through his struggles with his landlord, through muggings and even stabbings, that he still shined and still came in and still showed me a very practical lay example of how we can be Franciscan and open to being the hands of the Lord in the modern day. Coming in, it was a lot more like going into the world and helping people, but now it's much more of a practical, very personal thing of, it's not a general idea of service, it's one-on-one relationships, it's talking with these people, it's, giving something to someone or going to someone's, house and delivering food. It's all very concrete and very personal, and as it's very relational. It's very it's a lot more emotional than I would thought it would be, compared to you're just working in a soup kitchen. Here's your food. It's a lot more. I don't know. It's not really. There's no very out of body experiences. It's all very in yourself, and presence is an amazing thing that you grow into when you're dealing with people one on one. That I'm not too sure about. However, one thing I think that I've changed in is my relatability and my personal ability. I used to be a little bit quieter, and I've now found that it's small talk that often leads to bigger talk, and you have to get that small talk in the way, even though a lot of the times it's sort of tedious and sort of repetitive from a day-to-day thing. But it's only through building that up that you can really start to generate a concrete relationship with people. And once you have that relationship, you can really start to dig deeper down. You don't just get into the, life stories and things right away. You have to build that trust, and that trust comes from those small, easygoing conversations that I'm a lot more open to now, and then I relish a lot more because I know that that's just the beginning of a path of a relationship with someone.